Welcome back and congratulations on making our very first cast, the cast of Anything Goes. We are now in our rehearsal phase and things are heating up. This is as true of any show. This is where the true drama and chaos begin. Moving forward, the rounds will remain the same in the sense that there will be two producers who will win each competition until you are told otherwise. Those producers will select two actors to be up as options to be voted as critics or to be voted out of the rehearsal space. You technically have to agree in as much as you have to tell production the two that you've agreed to and you're announcing to the cast you've agreed to them. In theory, you could say 1 and 1, but only you two will know what you've had the discussions behind closed doors. We are just going to believe whatever you say. But as long as you both say we agree, that's all I care about. Understood? Great. And then there will be time for deliberation and a vote, and that person will become our first critic, and then the critics will grow as we go. Understood? Great. As you can imagine, producers will only vote if there's a tie. More to come on how we handle ties later, because yes, you're thinking there's two. We do have a plan for that. But the isolation is no more. The producers will be involved in the deliberation. They just won't vote because by default, that's just the nature of the game. In other words, isolation is no longer an aspect to the game. So, any questions about format before we start with our first producer comp of the rehearsal phase? Yes. Yes, only two people will be nominated by the two producers, yes. Correct. Each person gets one, or technically you're picking them together. Yes. Any other questions? Great. All right, so if you haven't gathered already by the 17 times I've said this, the show is very heavily influenced by love and relationships, platonic and otherwise. Their bonds are their lifeboats to these characters surviving the SS American, which I don't think I mentioned earlier is the name of the ship in the show. There are many more songs in the show that have nods to love. The crew song, in which Eli, who's Billy's boss, tries to get Evangeline, who's Hope's mother, to spend the night with him. There'll always be a Lady Fair, where the ship's crew sings about the joy of seeing women as they come ashore. And the most notable song, It's Still Lovely, which I'm sure you all know, which Billy sings to Hope, serenading her as they both finally admit their feelings for each other. In line with all of these unrequited love stories, we are going to have an unrequited love story of our own. In this competition, we are calling Missed Connections. In this competition, I am going to read you. Unfortunately, we had more lost video, but as you can imagine, the end of that sentence is story. I read the actors a story and then asked them questions about the story, so this is a memory comp. On a breezy Tuesday morning, the bashful trumpet player Leo stepped onto the gleaming silver deck of the SS Starlight. He clutched a crumpled pink envelope addressed to the one who got away. Across the deck, Vivian, a bold, red-haired dancer wearing a magenta scarf covered in tiny polka dots, practiced her routine beside a rickety wooden crate of 17 velvet roses. Leo had spent 3 weeks rehearsing a heart-shaped jazz solo just for her. He wore a navy blue pinstripe suit with mismatched emerald socks, hoping she'd notice. But Vivian's attention was on Captain Ford, the tall, silver-haired man in a crisp white jacket and gold cufflinks who balanced a half-empty porcelain teacup on the rail while reading a tattered romance novel titled Two Hearts Adrift. Trying to impress her, Leo released a dozen pale yellow balloons into the sky. One balloon got tangled around the ship's brass bell, making it ring 4 times. Vivian laughed politely, but never looked up from the captain. Flustered, Leo reached for his jazz solo sheet to play a few bars right there in front of her, but a sudden gust of sea wind snatched it from his hands, and it skidded under a striped deck chair next to a sleeping orange cat wearing a tiny sailor hat. Still undeterred, Leo opened the envelope to reveal a glitter-covered ticket to the Moonlight Masquerade at 9:15 p.m. He hesitated, then tucked it into his left jacket pocket besides a small silver compass engraved Find Me. The ship's horn gave a low, mournful sound as he watched Vivian twirl away, leaving behind only the scent of vanilla perfume and salt air, and leaving Leo alone with nothing but memories until fate might let them meet again. Leo had been rehearsing for 5 weeks before stepping onto the deck. Three, two, one, reveal. The answer was false. It was 3 weeks. Keep your answers up until I write it down, even if you're wrong. Roberto, Carter, Ty, Dan, Will, Trotter, and Emily. All right, reset. Left behind a scent of lavender perfume and salt air. Three, two, one, reveal. The answer was false. It was vanilla. Everyone gets a point. All right. And all right, so far Roberto is our first producer. Congratulations. With 10. We now have a 3-way tie between Ty, Emily, Will, I, and Emily. I read your names together. Only the 3 of you are going to have a tiebreaker. I have a couple if we need to keep going, but hopefully we'll get this pretty quick. These are not going to be true or false, but they are going to be about the story, just to try to give you a little more challenge. How many balloons did Leo release into the sky? Three, two, one, reveal. It is a dozen. So Emily was right. The quote was, Leo released a dozen pale yellow balloons into the sky. So congratulations, Emily and Roberto. Are going to be structured. You're going to have 5 minutes for the producers to come up with 2 nominees. You can take those full 5 minutes by yourself. You can talk with other people. You can split up. I don't really care. You have 5 minutes. You got to come back and give me 2 names. After that, you will have more time to deliberate about the vote. Again, to compare it to Survivor Big Brother, this is like Survivor in that it's an individual immunity comp in the sense that there's no veto. So noms are going up. You're going to a vote. That's it. Social game. You do not vote unless there's a tie. More to come on that if there's a tie. This round, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it wouldn't matter this round. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. Go.
You okay with it?
No. Yes, I think they both have capacity to win this game. So that was my first thought. I have no. What do you think?
I'm fine with that. Well, it depends. Did you think about, like, do we want to work with our
alliances?
Right. Well, right.
Yeah.
Who do you want to work with in this game? Because I know Will Trotter's watching. And there is that crew we could make from our original.
Both girls, right?
Stuff. And Carter chose her. And Ty also. So this thing, so we could do Carter and Ty and like break it all up and let it in.
Or do I also don't know if familiar with.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a fellow like CPS for me, so
I would do
that, but
CPS. I mean, the thing is, also we put like Connor might not necessarily go home.
Do you play loyal or do you?
I know.
The thing is, I wouldn't.
Did Will Trotter tell you about this alliance he was trying to start?
He said, "Do you want to be in 6?" And
Yeah,
I said,
exactly. They had a 6,
but those people didn't tell me that, right? So Ty and Carter didn't tell me that. So I'm like, I don't know if I.
But I don't know if Ty and Carter are in that 6 also. Like, or Dan.
That's what Will said.
Dan. How do you feel about Dan? Do you know Dan?
I know Dan from Survivor. Yeah.
Would you be fine nominating Dan at all? Or?
Yeah, How about you say Dan and I'll say Connor?
Okay.
Right? Because I want to be better with Dan.
All right, so Roberto and Emily, I will invite you to the center stage, to the spotlight. Imagine spotlights coming down. All right, I will give the mic to you both. You can say one at a time. You can say at the same time. Whatever you want to do. This is your time. You're in charge. You're the producer.
I don't even know how to announce
This is not a. Okay, this was hard in no particular order. We will both say one name. So one person on the block is going to be Connor. I'm sorry.
And the second person, I'm sorry, is Dan.
All right. So Dan and Carter, you. Oh, Connor. I'm sorry, I misheard.
There's distinction.
There's a clear distinction. All three of you. No, Dan. So Dan and Connor, you can take a seat. Thank you. You are up to potentially be our first critic. One of you will start our little Critics' Choice group. So you will have 10 minutes. You can deliberate before we get to the vote. I'll let you go to it.
And yeah, I feel like I've shown a lot of like enthusiasm for the games and being involved within the games. So I'd like to continue with that.
Well, I survived the chopping block and I made it to the jury round, and I was legit worried that I was going to have like 27 votes on me. And I think my foundation that I've made is holding steady based off who's been nominated. And I think some things I put in early on in the game are coming to fruition.
Exactly.
Remember that.
Hopefully.
But you do or do not vote?
We
Do not vote.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
There's
like
not
to
really.
also talk about like.
Yes, of course. No, I'm.
what
I'm
the,
just I'm like, so you guys,
so like
why
what
are
the
you?
understanding
Yeah.
of why two people are nominated, you know.
Absolutely.
So.
No, yeah.
We need to dress up for tribal.
Yeah.
I have a costume.
You would. You were someone that walked in here, and I'm like, you are made for TV. Like, you have great stage presence.
Ensemble for tribal. So.
Oh god, I love that.
I am feeling great because before this phase, I set up a final six, and all six of us made it. And so now we are picking the three off one by one. The six are me, Dan, Ty, M, Will, and Roberto. So we just pick them off one by one and continue this little strategy I have. I'm playing this season.
Fair, get rid of the Connor and Carter confusion.
Exactly. So that is my pitch here is that if someone wants to nominate Connor again in the future because I'm gone,
Right.
they could accidentally say Carter,
Mhm.
and that's bad for his game. So there's not as much confusion
Mm.
when it's and everyone's very quiet, so they can all hear this. But it's also kind of a bullshit pitch. So
No, it's gold. It's gold.
Okay.
No, that's fair. I mean, you seem great. I would enjoy working with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to promise anything yet until I make up my mind, but I get it. Yeah, fair.
Well, I would appreciate a promise.
And I get that, and I don't want to do that because I want to stick to my promises, and I want to hear everyone out first. But
So I won that, and then we got to figure out who to put up for a vote. I immediately named Carter and Ty as the two people who have the biggest chance of winning this game, I think, socially and physically. And Roberto was like, no, our original six. And I'm like, the fuck is our original six? That was like 8 hours ago. So we'll see. But if one of them wins, let it be known that I said their name first.
Yeah,
So
so Connor's down, Connor's in, and then everyone else, we're all just doing Dan.
okay, is he mad that like he got put up?
That was an immediate. He was like, oh, there was.
What?
Because I first told him that there was already the alliance with the other guys.
Oh.
And he was like, oh, there was.
Right. Oh,
and I was
right,
like,
smart.
but you can come to our thing. And he was very, yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, as long as me and Amir's vote.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel bad because he just pitched himself to me, but also yeah, that's the game, baby.
That's the game. That's the game. That's
Also,
the game.
I didn't fully connect that him, Emily, and Will all played Survivor together.
Oh.
So they're
Yeah,
They're
we
tight.
got to break that up.
and also apparently Emily pitched me. hmm
Whoa. Oh,
So-
yes. No, she did. Roberta told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bye.
Yeah, bye. Okay, great.
our first vote post rehearsal phase, and we have to cut someone from this cast. So right now it looks like Connor and Dan are up, which is a bummer because I've been working pretty closely with both of them throughout. We've been kind of on the chopping block in the early stages of this game, but it looks like it's going to swing more Dan. I just told Dan he could count on my vote, and so I told a quick lie in this game. And I hope he's not too mad at me after.
So, very exciting developments. I previously was in an alliance with Dan and Ty and Will Trotter. But then after everyone else was eliminated, I finally got to actually talk to Maris and Carter because we just kept not being on the same team. And immediately that was a much stronger alliance. And so them plus Roberto, and we just brought in Connor. So I'm feeling good. Yeah, feeling quite confident.
So we're both on the block. How are you feeling?
This sucks.
I agree. So this is not ideal. We both came in with one vote from the previous rounds and then didn't get any in the big round. So I think that made us a target, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I hate to break this to you, but I've been campaigning against you.
I've been doing the same.
Shit. I was worried about that. How are you feeling? If which one, whoever is voted out between us, we are the one that set the tone for the critics.
Yeah.
So are we going to be a bitter critic, or are we going to try and be fair?
We shall see if I get voted off or not right now.
I vote bitter.
You or for me?
Either way.
Or both ways?
Either way.
Okay,
I say
we could be bitter
whoever
ones.
joins, we set the tone. We
Yes.
start with bitter, and let
Show
infect
them how it's done.
infect whoever else joins us at the next round. That's all I have to say on it.
Please keep me in.
It doesn't count. This is supposed to be just between the two of us.
We are going to be voting our first critic. What I want to tell you all is one of my pride and joys about playing LRGs is jury management. And so remember that this is a social game. And so not only your vote, but the way you vote someone out can make or break you ending up in the spotlight. So just be thinking about that both in this round and moving forward. That being said, I will first give the mic to Connor. This will be your last opportunity to ask your fellow actors to keep you and to vote out Dan, making him our first critic. And then Dan, you will go next, and then we'll go into a vote. Feel free to stand.
All right, so I would like to say, because this is my first time playing one of these games, and I feel like I have a lot more to show within different challenges that might be coming in the future. As you saw, I was very much able to, I didn't get picked to be with my group that I was with originally from that first game. So I got put with a different group, and I was able to win that round for that group. And so I don't want you to think that I have that alliance with that group from the beginning, but I got to know a lot of different people within the different groups that were made within the beginning of this game. And so I'd like to continue to do so and continue to play.
And I think everyone already made up their minds. I'd like you to just disregard anything Connor said and vote for me to stay instead because just because. I don't have more reasoning. I really like you guys. And I hope that you guys like me too.
All right, so we are going to have you go one at a time to cast your vote. I will start with Carter.
Hi, Julie. I think you're looking beautiful tonight. I vote to evict.
Hi, Julie. Hi, America. My vote is for, unfortunately, Connor. I just didn't spend time with you, and I already had prearranged post-merge things with Dan, so I'm going to honor that. So, Dan, you better remember that.
I vote to eliminate Connor because he's not part of my 6.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Period.
I am choosing to eliminate Dan because I'm voting with Carter and the rest. And also, his speech, if you're going to be here, you're going to fight to be here. So I think, honestly, even if I hadn't been undecided, that would have decided me. So, Dan.
Thank you. Thanks.
By a vote of 3-2, Connor, you are safe. Dan, you are our first critic. say your anything you want, say your goodbyes, or if you want to just leave. Okay, great. Give a round of applause for Dan.
I unfortunately am choosing to eliminate Dan. Dan, I really like you. I really hope we can work together in Survivor Wisconsin next month after this.
Okay.
But I think it's going more in Connor's favor here, and I don't want to be on the wrong side of the vote.
Drop a comment in the chat.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.